If you can see my screen right now, the number 5. Give me 5. Give me 5 and show me if you can see me. Yes! Yes, number 5. Let's go! All right, guys. I am ready. Let's get started. Everybody, I'm Cesar with cesarandpamela.com. You can look us up on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And we're going to teach you there how you don't have to sell your soul, your family, and your health to grow your business and achieve your dreams. I'm going to introduce you to my family. My wife and I have been married for 29 years. I got married when I was 8 years old. I'm kidding. I was 10 years old. And, and we have 6 kids. 2 of my kids are married already. And when I saw this concept 6 years ago, I'm Mexican, but I live in the US for the last 20 years or so. When I saw this concept, my career was in sales engineering. I was making already 6-figure, about $10,000 a month. And I had created a lifestyle that allowed me to be home so I could lead my family. But something happened in the economy. The recession started about 2009, 2010. And the company that I worked for, an engineering firm, started changing. And with those changes, my freedom started to go away little by little. And I started asking myself, what do I want to do the rest of my life? Because I got busier and busier. I realized I was not going to see my family, and I was only going to work to be able to provide for my family. And the definition of mediocrity for me was to only provide for my family. I wanted to impact the world, and I wanted to have time for the people that I loved. So somebody showed me worldventures, and I started opening my mind to a concept. Not making money just right away, but making money that was residual. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about in the next few minutes. At Momentum in Phoenix, quadruple IMD Troy Brown, one of my uplines, shared some of the slides that I'm going to share with you. And he shared these slides. And he said, when I saw worldventures working in the medical field, he worked in the anesthesia field, he already made a lot of money. He was not interested in making $400,000 if he had to work 100 hours a week like he was already working, or 80 or 60 hours a week. He was not interested in that, but he was interested in residual. And one of the questions that he had was this: if I can get a check that is small, but it's residual, that small check can grow to become a large check. That was his goal. So he said, I don't want to know how much residual money you're making when things are great. All companies are going to go through good times, and things are going to be great, and income is going to be good. My question is, what is your income going to be when you go through hard times? And he shares some of his income. For the last 2 years, those of you who have been around here, you know that our company went through some challenges for different factors, different reasons. And he showed the stability of his residual income. And he showed just the income from his residual check from one of his positions. My question to you is, do you want to only make money, or do you want to be free? Do you want to have stable, passive income that lasts long term? And he showed us how for the last 12 years, his average income for the one position that he had is $54,500 a month for 12 years. He talked about then some of the things that we learned about a year ago. Some of you know that we had a promotion that was $99, and it was really exciting because 236,000 people joined our business in 3 months worldwide. November 65,000, December 75, January 96,000. But there was a problem. Over 70% of the people that signed up with a $99 promotion, they were platinum. And what happened? We had a problem. We have a bucket, and a lot of people came in the bucket, but there was a hole in the bottom of the bucket. Now, listen to me carefully. For those of you who have never had your own business, all businesses, not just worldventures, not just network marketing, all businesses in the world, they have a hole. The bucket has a hole when you put customers in, and it has a hole in the bottom, a little hole. The challenge is, how can we make that hole be smaller? How can we avoid creating something that is so good, so attractive, but where people leave? So I'm going to share for you something. Number one, I'm going to share everybody who's listening to this eventually should be a titanium member. Everybody who's listening to what I'm saying right now, every representative in this room should be at some point titanium. The problem is that many people are not at that point when they join the business. I'm going to explain to you why in the next few minutes, and then I'm going to give you the strategy of how World Ventures has set the table and prepared our market so that you can go after your empire in the next year. So we know that the gold costs $200 one time and $57 a month. The platinum, $300 one time and $99 a month. I'm talking just about customer. In titanium, $1,000 one time and $200 a month. I'm going to tell you what the problem is. Some people get excited, and sometimes us as representatives get excited, and we tell somebody that they should be a membership that they're not ready to be. And then there's a big hole in the bottom of the bucket. And I'm going to explain to you why. Okay? You are today the result of all the investment that you have made in your mind throughout your whole life. I'm going to give you two reasons, two elements that you need to be aware of, not just in yourself, but in your prospects' minds when you're showing them this concept, whether it be to travel or to do it as a business. Number one is mindset. You need to learn to see this business as a profession. How many of you are professional people in this call? I don't know. Write down in the comments. Are you an accountant? Are you a lawyer? Are you a doctor? Are you an administrator? Are you an engineer? Ask yourself, how long did it take you to become an engineer? You had to go through elementary, secondary, preparatory school, then university, then a lot of you had to do an internship, and then you started working, and then after a few years, you started making money. People join this business, and sometimes they think it's magic. There is today an obsession in our society of doing everything quickly. Quickly. Join me and we're going to become millionaires in 3 months. No, it's not true. This is a profession, and it'll take you a time for you to understand and believe and have the mindset that it's a profession. You also need to realize that it's a discipline. How many of you decided in January, my New Year's resolution, this is the year when I'm going to go to the gym, this is the year when I'm going to be healthy, when I'm going to eat right, I'm going to stop eating junk food. This is my year. In January, the gyms are full. By the end of January, the gyms are empty again. Because people don't understand that it's a discipline. If you have been eating crap for 20 years, you will not have a different body in 3 weeks. You will not have a different body in 3 months. You'll start to see some differences in you, but you're not going to have the body of your dreams in 6 months, in 9 months, maybe in a year. Why? Because you had 20 years of habits that you had to change. It wasn't just the exercise. It's what you eat. It's how much you sleep. It's how clean the food that you eat is. It's the junk food that you have to. There's a bunch of different things that come with that discipline that you have to learn and change your mindset to. You also have to start to have the mindset that this is a business, that it's an investment. Yes, everybody should become a titanium, because titanium is nothing compared to any other business out there. Ask Linda, who just shared about, she's the owner of a business in France, how much it would cost just to maintain her traditional business. The investment for a titanium membership is nothing. But some people are not ready for that yet because they don't have the mindset. You, as the leader, have to determine where that person's at. If you decided to go buy a franchise today, if you had the money or you didn't have the money, you took a loan and you went to buy a franchise, a McDonald's franchise, and you paid $1.5 million for that franchise. And you told your friends and family, you went to your church, pray for me, pray for my wife and I, because we just bought a franchise. and people are excited. Oh, wow, yeah, that's amazing. Let's pray for you. God, we pray that you would help our brother to have success in his McDonald's franchise. How many of you think it's weird, strange, if somebody, so one of your friends, asks you in 2 months, how's the McDonald's going? You would tell them, we haven't even built it yet. We just got $1.5 million in debt. We are looking at the property right now. We're going to start building in 1 more month. What if they ask you in 6 months, are you rich with your McDonald's yet? You would say, no, dummy. We finally finished building it. Right now, I'm getting all the permits. I'm hiring people. We won't start manufacturing until another 6 months. You know when you start make money on a franchise, because I looked into it? After 5 or 6 years, you finally start to make money of a franchise where you had to go into debt for $1.5 million. And you expect that after 6 months, you or your prospect are making millions here? It's not logical. You have to start thinking that most people, 90% of the population, do not have their own business. Important. This is a very important point. You're going to have to learn to sell. A lot of people join our business and they say, oh, we don't sell. We don't sell anything. We just share the concept. That's a lie. You have to sell. But there is a mindset of poverty, a scarcity mindset worldwide that tells you that, oh, I don't want to be a salesman. Only about 10% of the population are either in sales or have their own business. If you're going to have your own business, the number one quality you need to develop is selling. You know what the problem is with selling? People think of this. Oh, I don't want to be a salesman, because they think of a used car salesman that is going to take advantage of you. You know, sometimes people talk about somebody who's a good salesperson, and they say, oh, that person is such a good salesperson because they could sell ice to Eskimos. If you can sell ice to Eskimos, you're a thief. You're not a good salesperson. A good salesperson is a successful business person. In my career of sales engineering, there was one customer that I had. They manufacture robots, cutting equipment. They manufacture about 30 machines per month. Each machine was $200,000 and up. They were machines of millions of dollars. And the owner, his name is Ken. I was talking to him, this is years ago. I was talking to him and I asked him, Ken, how did you get into manufacturing machines? You know what he told me? Cesar, I don't manufacture machines. I sell them and I hire people that make them for me. I hire engineers that design them. I hire manufacturing engineers that make the machine. I hire a group of people that do the administrative work and the quality control. The business, a multimillionaire told me I sell. One time, my upline, double IMD David Peach, that we're going to hear from in a few minutes, was doing a meeting. And he was telling people, you need to become a salesperson in your mind. You need to identify with, I am an entrepreneur, I sell. And somebody in the audience told him, Dr. Peach, that's great for you to say. You have a great personality, but I just don't like to sell. And he told that person, that's why you're poor. If you don't know how to sell, you're poor because you probably work for somebody who knows how to sell. So you need to think that you need to become good at selling. Now, belief. One is the mindset. The other element that somebody needs to have a top lifestyle and feel that you deserve a titanium membership and you can sell titanium memberships is belief. Believe in what? Believe in the industry. Believe in the industry of network marketing. Educate yourself. How? By going to our live events. Number one, believe in the service that we have in the travel industry. Educate yourself. Go to the events. Join weekly to go to your in-person live events near you, to the monthly live events that you have near your city. Join the virtual conferences like this one and go to the live events. Momentum, United, Bootcamp, View from the Edge. Believe in our company. The number one way that you're going to grow in these areas of belief is by investing every day into reading, 10 pages a day minimum, listening to one audio a day minimum, and attending all the big events. In our system, do you know that World Ventures has the best training system in all of network marketing? If you don't know why, you need to find out why, because we do. It's not just hyping, it's not exaggeration, it's a fact. I can't get into it right now because I don't have a lot of time, but we have the best system in the industry. You have to first go to a big event to be able to promote the big event. The only way to measure the growth of your business is how many people do you have at big events. And the first person that needs to be there, it's you. And this is the biggest one. Believe in yourself. Let me ask you, what do you say when you talk to yourself? What do you say when you talk to yourself? Do you encourage yourself? Or do you put yourself down? Do you know that the person that you talk to most throughout the day is yourself? What do you say? Right now, as you're listening to me, you're having two or three more conversations in your own mind. What am I going to eat? What am I going to do after this conference? You start having conversations even as you talk to other people. What are you saying to yourself? Learn to become your own coach. Learn to talk to yourself positively. Learn to lift yourself up when you fail. Learn to set a goal for yourself, and when you don't get to the goal, to analyze why. If there's something you need to change about yourself that you don't like about yourself, learn to identify why, and then set yourself goals that are achievable, and then reward yourself. Do you realize that to become an IMD, you have to become a person who can lead 3,000 people? Are you a person worth following? Invest in yourself. And here's the thing, you have to be brutally honest with you. Who you are today is shaped by several factors. And I want you to write this down. And I want you to ask somebody to tell you, in a scale from 1 to 10, where do you think I am? Ask somebody in your family, ask your upline what they think about where you're at in mindset and belief. Because the culture that you grew up in determines something. Some of you that are listening to me right now, you grew up in a communist culture, in a socialist culture, or you grew up in a Latin American culture where there was a lot of abuse from authority. There was a lot of corruption. And maybe you feel that it was impossible to do more than what you are, than what your family had. Analyze what culture you came from and start building a new culture for yourself. What kind of family did you grow up in? Was your family a family that encouraged you, that told you you can do anything you want to do? Or was it a family that put you down? Did you have parents that told you, hey, the money doesn't grow in trees? And they always fought about money. Do you know who talks about money a lot? Poor people. Poor people talk about what they don't have more than rich people. What was your family like? Maybe you didn't have parents. Maybe you raised yourself and you didn't have good positive authority figures that help you believe positive things about what you could do. What about your education? Do you know that the educational system in Europe started in Europe, then spread to the US and Latin America? Do you know that it was designed to create manual workers, factory workers, armies? That's why they lined you up early in the morning on Monday morning, and you had to salute the flag. I don't know, in Mexico or however you saluted the flag. They made you somebody who was thinking, I'm going to become an employee. Our educational system today is designed to create employees. They tell you what time you need to get there. They have a bell, and they tell you what time you can go to eat. They tell you what time you can go to the bathroom. They tell you when you can leave. They tell you when you can go on vacation or you can't. You need to analyze that so that you can start changing your mindset from employee to entrepreneur. What about religion? A lot of people say that Jesus said the religion is the source of all evil. That money is the source of all evil. Money is the source of all evil. Sorry, that's not true. If you look at the Bible, Jesus said that the love of money is the root of all evil. Money is just a tool. It takes money to feed the poor. It takes money to impact people outside of your own family. So religion should be the reason to want to become rich. But what beliefs were implanted in your mind? What about the media? What do you listen to first thing in the morning? Do you get up and start watching the news? Some people are going to be mad at me, but I'm going to tell you the problem with the coronavirus is the media. They're creating a culture of panic because of that. Do you turn on the news? Do you start listening to music first thing in the morning or videos that are enforcing that you are a professional, that you are disciplined, that you're a business person, that you're a salesperson, that you are the best version of yourself that you can be? Or are you putting crap in your mind that is bringing you down? Friends are powerful. You are the product of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. You are the product of the 5 people that you spend most time with. I'm going to give you a quick tip. If you are having problems in your marriage, in your relationship, and you get together with 3 ladies that only talk negatively about men, you're going to be just like them. And men, listen to me. If you have problems in your relationship and you get together with 3 guys for a beer and all you do is complain about your spouse or your partner, you're going to become as weak as those other men. Surround yourself with people that help you become a better person. And I've always said, if you have problems in your relationships, you need to grow your leadership level, because leadership is influence. And here's the most important, like I said, what have you told yourself throughout your whole life that you can be and what you can do and what you can have? You need to analyze that about yourself. And then as you're talking to prospects, you need to start figuring out what this person is. Because do you know what we sell? We sell hope. We sell hope. People can live without eating for about 30 days. People can live without drinking water for about a week. People can live without breathing, without air for a couple minutes. But people cannot live without hope for 1 second. That is the one thing you need to pass down to the person. But you need to be aware and realistic with the person that you're talking to about where they're at. Okay, so I'm going to show you now. You don't have to do the presentation like this, but this is how I do my presentation to try to find out where the prospect is. I talk about our different ecosystem, and after I talked about dreamtrips and mentioned Rovia and talk about escapes, I talk about rewards. And I explain what it does because rewards now, it's an incredible platform with incredible savings. And I show them some examples of resorts, just a couple of examples, to show them the savings. And like these 2. I'm going to stop here. If somebody wants my presentation, message me and I'll send it to you. Or talk to your leader and they'll give it to you. I'm going to share some screens of how Troy Brown does his presentation. And this is how I do my presentation too. For example, right now in Orlando, Florida, 543 hotels. I show them from what day to what day and the price and how they're going to save money by using rewards credits. And how somebody was going to travel to Alabama, and they looked for a hotel in the Hyatt website, these dates, $166. And then he looked it up on our platform, on rewards, the same hotel, the same dates, and it was the same price, except you can discount 55 credits. So he ended up paying $111. So the savings, $54. And then I'm gonna tell you something. 90% of the times, hotels are gonna be 30 to 70% savings in the rewards platform. Hotels. Rental cars, only 50-50. 50% of the time, you'll save money. The other 50%, you won't save money. But in this case, he saved money. And Expedia was $341, and our platform was $250. So at the end of the day, he saved $91. Hotel plus car, he saved $146. I do this during the presentation. I'm going to tell you why later on. And then I show that there are 9 other examples where you could have saved money if you would have had our rewards platform. And then at the end, these are some of the questions I'm going to ask my prospect. I focus on titanium first. And I ask him, especially the ones that are interested in titanium, is titanium something you aspire to? Or do you already travel at this level? Do you already have a membership where you pay $100 or more per month? How would you feel about paying $200 a month for this? Also, I would say, how many times a year do you travel? If you travel once a year, you want to just travel once a year, I recommend the gold membership. If you want to travel twice a year, platinum is for you. If you want to travel 3 or more times per year and you plan to travel at a titanium level, titanium is for you. And then I tell them, the reason why I'm asking you these questions is because I want the right membership for you right now, where you're at. Remember? The brain. You're analyzing where the person is at. I don't want to make the mistake of you signing up titanium and in 3 months, you're going to cancel your membership. And then you're going to lose your investment and it won't help me either. I don't want to make a lot of money right now. I want to make long-term residual income. If the person is nervous about titanium, is maybe platinum, but maybe when we're talking about gold, I see that they start sweating a little bit. I don't know, $82 a month. And I explained to them, we're going to get to work. $57 of the $82 is your travel. Once we get 4 customers, you're a level and above. You don't pay that, you just pay the $25 a month. But if I see that they're getting nervous, I tell them, you know what? Don't worry about gold. You're a silver member. And I'm going to do what the Mark Cesar refers to as the puppy dog sale. If you have a dog and the dog has puppies and you need to get rid of those puppies, but nobody wants them, you try to sell them, nobody wants them. Mark Cesar says, that's not how you sell a puppy. Do you know how you sell a puppy? You go to a friend and you tell them, hey, I know you can't buy the puppy right now, but could you watch my puppy for a weekend? I'm going to be gone. Just watch him for a weekend just for me, please. And I'll pick it up on Monday. Sure, we'll watch him for a weekend. Guess what's going to happen on Monday morning when you go back for the puppy? They're going to tell you, oh man, can we just keep the puppy? He's so cute, and the kids fell in love with it. That's what we're going to do with the silver membership. Somebody who's not ready in their mindset, in their belief, we're going to get him started. Just put your feet in the pool. Get your feet wet by trying the silver membership. Remember, a few tips. Selling is asking questions, not talking. People think that selling is talking. Selling is asking questions. It's finding out what the prospect wants to do and can do. Not what you want. Not what you want. And as you can see, I take it away to see if they fight you for it. You know, yesterday I was doing a presentation, a close for somebody in my team, and I told them, and then we have the silver membership. You know, if you're in a situation right now where you have no money, you stick your hand in your couch at home and like, I can't find any coins, you need to be silver right now. And at that moment, if a prospect goes like, wait a second, no, I'm at least a gold, I'm at least a platinum, then okay, take it away. People want what they can't have. So take it away, see if they fight for it. And then remember this, titanium's first goal, there is a market for titanium. There are people that want to use it, and there are people that are ready to sell it to make a lot of money quickly. But the second goal is to increase the value in the perspective of the gold and platinum membership. Mark Cesar talks about that when he used to sell water filtration systems. So he had a water filtration system that was like $1,000 for your kitchen. Then I had another cheaper one that was like $500. And then they had one that was $10,000, and it was a water filtration system for the whole house. He said that he became the #1 salesman in his company, and the only thing that he did differently, people were afraid to talk about the $10,000 system, so they sold a lot of the $500 ones because they started talking about the $1,000 system, the kitchen system. So they sold 500. But when Mark started every presentation, he talked about the $10,000 one. And at the end, some people were scared, but Mark talked about it like it was normal. He was raising the level of mindset and belief. And a lot of people ended up buying, a few bought the large one, the $10,000 one, but most people bought the $1,000 one. You know what's going to happen to you if you do that? Your platinum membership is going to go up. Your gold membership is going to go up. And your silver membership is going to go up. And IMD, my friend IMD Juan Felipe Mejia from Colombia, is going to show you in a few minutes how they're exploding in Latin America with the way they sell silver. Anyway, so when at the end I show them, these are the memberships. If you want to be a member and a rep, this is what it will cost you. $250 one time and $82 a month for gold, $350 one time and $125 a month for platinum, $1,050 one time and $225 a month for titanium. Hey, but if you're not ready, I found out through asking questions, how about you just try our silver membership? Experience one platform, the rewards platform, and you have the chance to go on one dream trip. That's what they share at Momentum. People that are silver are going to be able to go on one dream trip, a team trip, so that they can experience our culture in the high level of our gold, platinum, and titanium memberships. But why don't you get started here, and then something interesting happens. It's only $75 one time and $50 a month. And people that just want to become members, it'll be only $25 a month. Troy Brown talked about this. When Netflix first came out, he signed up for Netflix. He didn't even know how Netflix worked. But every month, his wife would ask him, every few months, every 3 or 4 months, honey, what's this whatever it was, $15 a month. And he said, oh, it's that Netflix thing. I don't know how it works, but I'll find out. And because it wasn't too expensive, he kept on paying it for 7 years. The attractive aspect of silver is that you can create long-term residual income. We use this slide of innovation to talk about our business, but I want you to think about this. I'm gonna finish with this concept. Going shopping has changed by how Amazon sells today, and it's a subscription method. Owning music has changed by Spotify of how you listen to music. Owning videos has changed by how Netflix changed the industry by a subscription method. Dream trips, we are going to change the world by how people travel with a subscription industry. And I'm going to share some slides that our president, Eddie Head, shared during Momentum. The 2 lines in the bottom show you the index growth level of the S&P 500. That's the 500 retail companies, largest retail companies in the US. And then retail sales growth. Those 2 lines, see how flat they are? Now look at the line that is skyrocketing to the sky. That is subscriptions. Subscriptions are exploding. People rather pay for something for the convenience. I'm going to show you why. And stay committed long term. These are the 3 main reasons of why people have joined subscriptions in the last few years. Number 1, subscribe to replenish them what they need. Right now, I just got the dog food for my dog that I have on automatic every 2 months. I get a big bag for him. They subscribe also for curation. Curation means somebody's gonna make something be very unique and special for you. Does that sound like Dream Trips? And number 3, subscribe for easy access, to gain exclusive access. So you see, the first one is to save time and money. The second one is to be surprised. And the third one is to gain exclusive access. Does that sound like discounts and savings in a footstep into our ecosystem of worldventures? And then these people in the subscription economy, they look at the number 3 areas where the reason why people subscribe and stay subscribed. Number 1, they wanted to try something new right here. Number 2, somebody recommended the service to them or the product. Number 3, there was a financial incentive to continue in the subscription. Do these 3 reasons sound like worldventures? Like our dream trips? Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a crucial time in history, Right now, World Ventures has designed a strategy to reach everybody, no matter where they're at. But it's your job to figure out where they are and to learn to sell. Mark Casera told us at the last trainer school, it's great if you have motivational and inspirational information in your trainings, but we need all the trainers all over the world to give practical information to the reps on how to sell. And if you start investing in yourself, raising your level of belief, raising your level of mindset, and help people identify where they're at and help them make a decision to become where they're ready to go now and then go and upgrade, you are going to create a powerful, powerful vehicle that will create passive income for generations to come. And my friend Juan Felipe Mejia, IMD, number one in growth in the world right now in Colombia, is going to explain to you how they're doing just that. Guys, visit us, CesarYPamela.com, and visit us, Cesar E. Pamela, in YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I am adding now some English information there to help you grow as a person. We're going to teach you there how you don't have to sell your soul, your family, and your health to grow your business and achieve your dreams. Thank you for this time, and I give the mic to, you want me to give it to you, Corina, or?